Okay, there we go. I got the mic on. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Trey, Swish back at it again with another video. And today we are going to be talking about the future of Star Wars. Yes, that franchise, the notorious sci-fi franchise that is always talked about in nerd culture because obviously it is culture of the nerds. Now, let's be frank. I was actually going to get on here and talk about the article that came out by the Hollywood Reporter that pretty much was saying that Star Wars movies raced for Rey and the future of the franchise on the big screen. Pretty much just, saying that Rey was the most coveted weapon in Star Wars movies' arsenal. Is the character Rey Skywalker. However, that was a little bit ago. That was about, 6 days ago or something like that. And there are new reports coming out already. So I'm not even going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about the new reports. And what are the new reports, you might ask? There's two confirming articles that have come out saying that the Rey movie that was staged for 2026 in December has been bumped. I'm going to look at the Dork Side article first. They said they're okay with the motion for it being bumped. They were saying that over the weekend it was announced by Variety that Star Wars film was bumped off of December 2026 release date for Ice Age 6. That's crazy. They're still making Ice Age movies, but goddamn it, it's probably better than what they would do with the Rey trilogy. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. And I'll talk about that more in depth here in a second. So I can play devil's advocate with both sides of the fence. While we don't officially know what the film was, all sources seem to point out that it was Rey Skywalker's film setting up the return for Daisy Ridley, who is a phenomenal actor in my opinion. However, we'll talk about it in a little bit. To the franchise and directed by Shamin Obaid Chinoy. I've never heard of the person. They might be a fantastic director. I don't know. And they're okay with the news. Okay. And then also Rolling Stones, yes, that Rolling Stones posted an article saying Star Wars removes Rey focused movie from 2026 release date. And yeah, so pretty much, I don't know how to feel about this. Star Wars news is always kind of up and down. We haven't had a Star Wars movie in a long time. Some people might say this was bound to fail. And also, if you're a Star Wars fan, you like talking about Star Wars, listen about Star Wars, make sure you subscribe because this is probably the first video you've seen. I'm a small YouTuber. Stay in tune. I love hearing from y'all. Let's have conversations down below. Like the video, help me out. But nevertheless, let's get to the main point. Do I think that Star Wars could make a lot of money by coming out with Star Wars Episode 10? That's crazy to think about. Sorry, 9. Wait, no. God, I'm dyslexic. Yeah, 10. Jesus Christ. 10 Star Warses. And then 11 and 12. Yeah, I think they could make a lot of money, dude. I really think they could make a lot of money. It's like we just had the fucking Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. Everybody knew this shit was gonna be scripted. Everyone saw that fight probably saw his older brother Logan Paul fight Mayweather, and that shit was staged, obviously. Mike Tyson in the beginning, threw a couple punches, and the rest of the rounds he didn't throw a goddamn punch until the very end. So yeah. And people are like, oh, I'm never gonna see another Jake Paul fight ever again. Well, that's what they always say, right? You fool me once, shame on me, or you, or whatever it might be. But motherfuckers just keep getting fooled over and over and over again. Am I saying that they're trying to scam you into watching a Star Wars movie? No. I do think that they would try their best to make the best project ever possible. The structure behind Disney is the issue. And like what the U.S. government's going on with right now, and a lot of different things around the world, people are noticing that there's been a trend where attention and efficiency hasn't really been the main focus. People have kind of gotten a little out there with their opinions or whatever it might be, causing issues with producing the best product possible. And I don't see how Disney can really give us the film that the fans deserve. And Okay, let me break it down because this is the first time you're watching me, right? A lot of y'all, and you probably don't know my opinions on Star Wars. Love the prequels, love the OG. I was raised on the OG films, right? Love everything practically Star Wars. The Clone Wars TV show is amazing. I love Rogue One, best by far, by a landslide, in my opinion, the best Disney Star Wars movie ever made. That movie had a lot of problems when they made it. They had to go do reshoots. People said it was a miracle how it turned out. So yeah, and then Han Solo. I don't know exactly when Han Solo came out. The timeline. I think it was after. I think it was after Episode 7 of Force Awakens. I think they were trying to stagger movies that weren't like mainline storylines in between. I could be wrong, but they canceled the Solo trilogy or series or whatever it was after the first Solo movie bombed, dropped in fucking summertime, right? I don't think that movie was half bad. I would even go out and say the Solo movie was better than Rise of Skywalker. Debatable on Episode 8, Last Jedi. I know a lot of people hate it. Standalone movie, it's a good movie. It's solid. A Star Wars movie was following, and it's the first time we're seeing Luke Skywalker since Return of the Jedi. Not a great movie in a lot of people's opinions, you know? You have, even if you love that movie, you have to see the perspective of the other side. So the way the sequel trilogy has been handled, is it a bad thing that the Rey trilogy is being delayed? Well, they can age her up more, which is a good thing. You don't want to age her up too much, though. Like, look what happened to, the OG triplets. You had Han Solo, Leia, and Luke. They all die in each movie. Not really a good look. Not. They could have done it a little better. But, I don't know, man. And RIP to Carrie Fisher. I'm not trying to be like demeaning or anything like that. I'm just trying to. This is raw reaction. I don't do scripts or anything like that. I'm just speaking from the soul. But I really think if they try to rush out a Rey movie, which is what it seemed like they were trying to do, because I believe his name is Steve Knight, the writer for Peaky Blinders. Amazing show. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. You'll get hooked. Just watch the first episode and boom, bada bing, you'll be binging. But he left. Why did he leave? Creative differences. Why? Because they probably restricted his storytelling, right? They probably said, well, we don't want you to do something with the character, or we want this character to get more screen time, whatever it might be. Star Wars and Disney, they're notorious for, editing and changing things. They, change Finn in the posters. So who knows what they do to try to meet everybody's margin around the world. So, it's really annoying when you get these big companies and they formulate everything so they can be more efficient for money. And to be fair, the sequel trilogy made a shit ton of money. And people might say, and I've already said this, that, if they just rushed out a Rey dude, we haven't had a Star Wars movie in so long. Obviously, I think the Mandalorian movie is still supposed to happen. So we'll see how that, goes off. The issue with the Mandalorian movie, there are Star Wars watchers that watch movies and that's it. That's how a lot of my family members are. They watched a little bit of The Mandalorian. Probably didn't watch the second season. I don't know exactly. Probably didn't watch the third season. Probably didn't watch Anakin and Obi-Wan. That TV show. Definitely didn't watch Andor. Jesus, it's late. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are Star Wars fans. A lot of people that like the OG Star Wars, that grew up with it, saw it in theaters. Older people that will go and watch a Star Wars movie in theaters because it's a Star Wars movie and they want to see it in the theaters. It's an experience. And that's also the thing. It's like a Christmas time thing. Obviously, Han Solo, they dropped the ball completely with that, trying to put it in the summer. When I see a Star Wars movie, it's always with my family on Christmas time, and it's always like, it's like a tradition, right? It's like watching football on Thanksgiving. I don't know if that's how you feel, but that's how I feel in my family. But I think it would make a lot of money. I really do. Would it be a movie that I put on repeat, like Revenge of the Sith or Phantom Menace or Empire Strikes Back or some of my favorite Star Wars movies? Probably not. I think the best thing they can do is to shelf it. This is my message to Disney. If I was y'all, this is what I do. I would shelf this sequel trilogy to the sequel trilogy. Yeah, I would figure out a plan. I would make the story. I would fine tune the story where you're like, it's to the point where you're about to publish it to like book form, right? You're so confident in it that the books are ready to go. Like, you're good, right? And then you start investing, money and trying to produce it, finding the right actors, yada 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 yada. That's the best way to do it. And in the meantime, milk the Mandalorian. I wouldn't say milk it, but try to do the best you can with that show, with the Ahsoka show, everything like that. There's a lot of routes you can go with that and make a lot of more movies or TV shows or whatever you want to do. And that's the problem with Star Wars, I think, in my opinion, right now. They're at the point where they have to make TV shows to put it on Disney Plus. They have to keep Disney Plus alive because obviously it's their streaming service, right? I don't think Disney will be the one that ever goes out and wants to, get NBA deals or NFL deals or NHL. They're not going to go and get sports. I doubt it. They might one day. I really doubt it. They do own ESPN, so that'd be interesting. But I really think they need to hone down and make some new bangers because people are kind of not feeling Disney right now. They have so much backlog. They have so many OG classics that Disney Plus will stay alive. It's just like one of those things. It's like, I have to have Disney Plus because one day I'm going to watch Star Wars and I don't want to go through the whole process of buying Disney Plus again. Yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? There's a whole category of people like that pay for Disney Plus just because of that. I barely use it. I really do. But I'm such a Star Wars fan. I want to watch Star Wars when I want to watch Star Wars. You get in that mood. Now, besides The Mandalorian, besides the Ahsoka show, the stuff they already have right now, I really think the best way you could do to make movies, if you want to really push something into production, go work with these old authors of these books, like the Bane series, the Revan series, the Plagueis book. You have so many like classics out there. Classics. There's video games you could go back and like make it into a trilogy or make a movie. Use stuff that's already existing content and then produce that into a TV show or a movie. Look at the Fallout series. Obviously, the Fallout series wasn't already produced, but the idea of Fallout was. So that's probably a bad example. But House of Dragons was already pre-existing. Game of Thrones was pre-existing. Well, the good stuff was pre-existing, and that's a perfect example right there. Once they got away from the story material that was already written by the author in Game of Thrones, things started falling apart. Right? You need a good writer. You need a solid structure, and if you just try to wing it, it's not going to be good. And that's exactly what they were trying to do with the Rey trilogy. They are trying to wing it. They were trying to push it. I don't know what they were doing with who was this again? The Hollywood Reporter. They're coming out and saying that that Rey is by far the greatest weapon in the Star Wars shed. Like, come on now, for like a character, what are you doing? If I put my tinfoil hat on, it's almost like someone wanted to report this so that Disney was like, oh, never mind, we can't touch that anymore because Disney and Star Wars don't like touching their most valuable assets, or if they do, they typically fuck them up. But that is my opinion. I'm here to hear your opinion. This doesn't happen without y'all. Thank you for watching this video. Probably a couple of videos popping up near me. I don't really talk about Star Wars that often. I will in the near future. I've just been really busy. I had like a 15-minute reaction to the whole Rey situation, and I put it on the burner because honestly, I'm not trying to, I could talk about Star Wars all day. I could, but you probably don't want to listen to me rant about it all day. So 15-minute video ain't that bad. I literally just winged this. So yeah. I'm just shooting the shit with you. Hope you enjoy it. My name is Trey. Welcome to the Ether. Make sure you sub. Make sure you comment down below. I'm so curious to hear your thoughts. And also, when you comment down below, I can see your name. and it just gets me familiar with y'all a little bit. You know, I like that a little bit. Don't get too parasocial or anything like that. That's a no-no. And what else? Oh yeah, like the video if you want. It helps it out. It's for free. You know, it is what it is. Small creator. I'm really bad at intros. You can tell already, but you know, it is what it is. I'm shooting the shit. Adios, amigos. Have a good one. Peace.